Okay, reverse a number. We'll write procedure. Okay, write a procedure to reverse a number, which means, if I enter a number like 5321, I should get the answer as 1235. Very simple, reversing a number. You know how to do it. Okay, so very simple. What I will do is I will just copy something. Okay, I'll copy this, or I'll write from scratch. We'll start from the beginning. Reverse a number. Could all of you please mute? So we'll start writing our program. We might have declare, I'm not sure. So I've written a declare because just in case I have something, or imagine we. Okay, let's see. We might have some things to declare. If in case we have, we'll declare it later anyway. So I'll have something called reverse a number procedure, reverse a number. I'm not sure what all I will have as my parameters. Anyway, I'll just write the structure first. Is begin, end. Okay, I'll write it together. Yeah. Okay, is begin, end, and I'll even have my main, begin, end. Okay, I'm having if no, so I'll just have it combined. Okay, so this is my procedure and this is my main. Let's say I'm having a number called 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I need to reverse my number. Let's say n. I'll have it small n. Okay, I'm planning to reverse my number n. And it'll even have to give the output. Okay, DBMS output line reverse is, okay, what I'll do is I'll even have an out nr reverse is r. Okay, so I'll have two parameters. One is my input parameter and one is my output parameter r. So now here I'm decided what all parameters I have. So I'll have a number called x in. Okay, x is nothing but my number n, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will be a number. So I'll write number over here. And then I will have a reverse of x. So, I'll just go for rx. Rx is nothing but reverse of x. Rx is my r. I'll have it out. So I'll have out number. So that's it. I have n and r. I'll better declare it now or else I'll forget it later. Declare, what all do I have? N. N is a number and I even have r is a number. Okay. I'll make it small n and small r. Okay. So my basic structure is done. Okay. My main is done. I'm planning to write my procedure. So I have two variables, two parameters, an in parameter and an out parameter. Now all what I need to do is I need to write the code for my reversing. Okay, so I'll just write Rx is equal. Hope you know the code for reversing, the logic for reversing. I initialize my reversing number as 0 as long as Rx is greater than 0. I'll go into a loop. Okay, so I'll just go for a very simple logic. Reverse of a number is nothing but the reverse into 10, reverse 10 times the reverse, 10 times the reverse plus the remainder, plus the remainder. It's a very simple logic. And then I take in the flooring of the number. I take the remind. N is equal to flooring. I divide by 10 and then take the, I forget of the decimal part. That's it. Okay. I finish off my loop. end loop. Okay, I'll have my reverse displayed over here. Control X, Control V, because I'm not returning anything. Reverse is Rx, right? Reverse is Rx. I'll just save. Very simple logic. I'll just take the whole thing, copy it, put it over here. I'm having a few errors. Rx is equal to 0. Rx is equal to 0. I'll save. Copy. N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 5. N, I always forget that, because in your normal CCPP, Java and all that, you need not have that is equal to. Reverse is 0. So I've gone wrong in my logic somewhere. I'll just check again. Procedure reverse of X begin Rx is equal to 0, while not reverse, while X is greater than 0, no? While X is greater than 0, Rx is equal to Rx into 10 plus modulo of n by 10 floor. Yeah, looks good. Copy, put it here. Yeah, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I now get it as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've written a procedure. I have now written a procedure. Find the reverse of a number using a function. Find the reverse of a number using a function. So, we did a procedure. Now what we are planning to do is we need to do it as a function. So the first thing what you need to do is, this is no longer a procedure, it is a function. You will not have Rx out number. Okay, you will not have, as Jacob told me earlier, you shouldn't be having an out. Instead, what you have is you will have a return over here. Return. What is the data type you're planning to return? You are planning to return a number. So instead of out number, you will write return number. You have to declare this Rx, as I told you earlier. Declare the Rx in between your if and begin. What is Rx? Rx is a number. So you have done with that statement. The single statement Rx out number, you have replaced it with these two statements. Instead of out number, you wrote return number, and instead of Rx number, you declared Rx number over here. So what I can now do is I can now take away this. Okay, which means here I can have only one parameter, because here I'm having only one parameter. Very simple. Here I can have only one parameter. You should be returning it. You need not print it over here. Instead, we will return. What are you returning? You are returning the reverse. What is reverse? Rx, isn't it? You are returning the reverse Rx. So here you write R. Okay, you have R is equal to reverse of number, and then you write your output over here. dbm is underscore output dot, type in your reverse. Reverse is R. We'll save it. Take your code, put it that side. Okay. Okay, my quotes went wrong. Reverse is, have a single quote over here. and a single quote over here. Copy it, put it that side. Oh, my quotes again went wrong. I'll just copy the correct quote. Control C, Control V. Quotes are always a problem. This is easy when you do it in Notepad. But I thought I'll do it in Word so that you can see it big and bold and all that. Okay, you get the answer. The logic is the same. We didn't do any magic. All what we did is we had an out over there. Instead of the out, you wrote return. Instead of procedure, you wrote function. You gave a return over here. And then because you have a return, you throw a ball, you should receive the ball. So you threw the ball over here. You received the ball into R. That's it. We didn't do any rocket science. We just changed things so that, the procedure is now a function. Have a question. Select star from SDO underscore details. Just take any random table. Okay. We saw how to reverse numbers, right? Now from a table, what we were doing now is you were having a value and then you were reversing. Now let's see how to reverse a particular, let's say anything, Kochi or name or something. So I have a question. Display the reverse of the student whose CID is 55. Display the reverse of the name of the student whose CID is 55. Okay. So first we'll just do a quick revision of our queries. I'm just selecting the name from this table whose CID is 55. So I get the name as Rahul. Very simple. I want to get the reverse of Rahul. So what I do is I just find the reverse of Rahul. Reverse of Asni. Okay. Or, it comes over here like this. So instead I can give reverse S name into R name. Okay. We'll do that in our procedure. We'll save it into a variable. Okay. So this is how you find out the reverse. You know that. Simply type reverse of anything, you will get the reverse. Okay. Now have the question. Write a procedure to find out the reverse of the name reverse whose CID is 55. The name reverse of name from a table. Okay, we'll do a procedure. Okay. So first what I'll do is or procedures are easy. Let's do functions. We'll do with return. I'll write a function. You go for the easier way. You go for the procedure. I'll write a function. You can write a procedure. Okay. So it's been some time. Let's go standalone. Okay. Create or replace a function name reverse. Okay. So I am having something called name reverse. I'll just go for the structure first and then is begin, end. Okay. I'll even have my main, begin, end. Okay. My structure is done. Oh, I've written is. So I'll just combine this then. Okay. So I'm having a function and I'm even having my main. I'm planning to call my name reverse over here. Okay, name reverse. Okay, I'm planning to have my name reverse over here. I'll even display by name. I'll just write the basic things over here first. DBMS name reverse is, okay, you need to store it into something, isn't it? So we'll just have something nrev is equal to, I'll even have a variable nrev. Okay, I'm having a variable nrev. I'll just declare it so that I don't forget it later. Declare nrev. Okay, so before that, let me just find out what is the data type. Disk stu underscore details. Okay, is varchar2. Okay, so nrev2, I'll make it as varchar2. What was the size? Varchar2 10. Okay, I'll just go for the same thing. Okay, that's it. Okay, nrev is equal to name reverse. I'll write the function later. And then I am displaying it. So that is all what I'm planning to do. Okay. Now, look here, what am I returning? I am returning a varchar. I'm returning a varchar. So I'll write over here, return varchar2 16. I'm just going for this because, that is what was there in my table. That is what was there in my table. Very simple. I just copy the query which I've written over here. What was it? Select reverse of, okay, select reverse of sname from stu details where CID is equal to 55. You know the query. That is the query which reverses a number. You'll have to return something. You're returning varchar2. You have to return something. We didn't declare. So in between ifs and begin, we'll declare what? Our name. Okay, I'll just give a random thing, r underscore name. I'll give the same data type, varchar216. Varchar216. Return what? Return r underscore name. Return r underscore name. Okay, so all what I've done is I'll make it smaller so that you can see it in a single go. Okay, I have a function called name reverse. I don't have any out. I'm not taking in any in. I'm not taking in any in because it is a table thing. I don't need that. I do have a return. What type? Varchar2 16. Why do I go for Varchar2 16? Very simple. When I checked over here, oh, it is Varchar2 10. Okay, so I'll make it 10. 10, 10, yeah, here it is 10. Okay, so because it was Varchar2 10 over there, I'm returning here Varchar2 10 is, and I even declared it. R name, varchar210, select reverse S name. Okay. You have to store it into a variable. You have to store it into R underscore name. Store it into R underscore name. Why am I having this particular thing? Very simple, because I need to return it. I need to throw it out. I need to get a ball and throw it out so that it gets caught over here. It gets caught over here. Okay, so I'm selecting the reverse, putting it into a variable. That's it. And then I'm returning it. Whatever I'm returning, I am now storing it into nrev. Very simple. Here I called the function. The return value is there in nrev. Let's see what happens. Just copy it once again. I do have a few errors. We'll find out the errors, not at all an issue.